Hello and welcome back to the Brushes with Death DLC for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. There's quite a lot in this DLC, isn't there? It's very bulky. There's lots and lots of quests to do. Now, a lot of them are just kind of run there, do something, but they're interesting. And what's interesting about our current quest is we need to... Sorry, I'm looking for a blacksmith. I might be a blacksmith. But yeah, what's interesting about this quest is that we have to go and visit the grave of Voita. This isn't a real... That's not what I'm looking for. And Voita being the painter who we're talking to, but the Voita is his friend, whose name he took, which is a pretty big revelation. Also, yeah, weirdly not the first piece of media I've seen this year that had that as a major plot point. So, weird. Anyway, let's head over here. Blacksmith, that's what I'm looking for. I just need one of these that's like a real smithing thing. It's like back here there's one, isn't there? Like in one of these? It might be this way. It might be the armory one here. Do you have a back side to this? Oh, sorry. I'm not allowed back there. My mistake. Me just randomly running into buildings going, do you have somewhere I can do some blacksmithing? Because I want to reforge a sword, but I can't reforge a sword without a blacksmithing place. Might be this one that had something behind it. Hello? Nope, not this one. This one has a dead end at the back. One of these had... Which one has a courtyard? Just running around. See, I want to get in here to where this is. So I think it must be the end, and then you go in at the end. That must be it. Alright, all the way along here. Don't think it's that one. It's not that one, then which one is it? Maybe it's this one. Maybe I'm one street over. That seems like something I would do. I would be one street away from where I need to be. Yeah, this is where I wanted to go. Hey, blacksmith, get out of the way. I know this is your job, but I've got to make the madman's longsword. Let's go. So, first of all, it's going to make it hot. It's very smoky. Just going to wait till it starts to heat up. There we go. Just going to move it along a little bit. Oh, it's taking a lot to heat up. Wait for it to go to the next tier.
It's burning.
Oh, never mind. This is the right amount.
For fuck's sake.
Oh, I think I messed it already. It's too hot. I need to wait a second on it, I think. And go. It seems okay.
Oof. Halfway there.
Try and get him to sing again. Or whistle again. I thought it was on time. But, right to the forge. Or, yeah, thought it was in the right rhythm. But whatever. Let's warm it up a little bit. I think it's this bit at the end.
Burning it.
What do you mean I'm burning it? It's only been in the fire 2 seconds. Alright. Let's rotate it. We'll wait for it to cool down a little bit. The center definitely isn't quite as hot as the rest.
Good. This won't take long now.
Let's keep hammering it.
Good. That looks finished.
Sure, if you say so. I seemed like he was constantly criticizing us, but I guess we did have that good bit at the start where we had a lot of whistling. Alright, and stick it in the water. And there we go. Wonderful. Now, how good is it? It is... Alright, that good. Wonderful. So we now exit here. And just for my own curiosity, we're now going to do this. Till Razor Sharp perk activates. Looks good. Although that seal doesn't look particularly strong in the center. Right. Is that enough? Guess I can do this to check. Yep. Okay. So this is just slightly worse than our current sword. Only very slightly. Like, this is the second best sword we found. Yeah. It's just a shame we have the reforged Radzik sword. Otherwise, we would definitely be using that. Right. Now, I think it's time to... I guess we go visit the grave. Do we visit the grave or do we give this sword first? Let's maybe go see Voita and see whether he has anything to say about the sword. Yeah. Let's see. Now that we've finished it. It's first red flag. That's where we're going. You think it should have been a red flag that Voita stays in a house that has a literal red flag out the front of it? I'm just saying, it might have been a clue that something wasn't quite right. Hello.
I want to go back to what I saw at the dugout.
There's a scarecrow on an anthill.
I like the scarecrow standing there on an anthill. It almost startled me at a distance.
What? Hugo is still there?
Hugo?
I made him with my friends when I was just a lad. Back then, we heard that in some Kuttenberg tavern, they have a skeleton called Hugo. And we'd have done anything to see him. But the city was too far, so we made our own. He doesn't look much like a skeleton, but we didn't know that then. We were very young.
The place is a wreck.
I have to say, I expected a bit more. The place was a wreck.
I beg your pardon, my lord. I only hope you didn't contract gangrene or mites.
Very droll.
Alright. He has nothing relating to the sword. Okay. Interesting. So this is starting to come along. Alright. Well, come on.
Heal!
Greetings.
It's time for us to leave the town once again. Or leave the city once again. And head out towards this gravesite we were told about. There's Pebbles. Right. Now the next question is, how far away is it? Also, do we want to maybe have a bath before we go? We almost certainly want to have a bath. There's the bathhouse I want to go to. Yeah, so we'll just go along the road. That's fine. Nice and slow. And out we go. Right, we need to get some of the blood off of us. If we're going to, you know, we're going to go check in on this person at his grave, we might as well, you know, be dressed nicely. You know, not be covered in blood. Seems like a bad omen. Visit a gravesite covered in blood. Anyway.
Quick!
Thought that was somebody for a second, but it wasn't. It was just a mercenary sitting just as mercenaries do. You know, I think I figured out what that path might be for. That path there, which goes nowhere, might be for the people who took the riding off of main roads perk. So it might be a way for you to still travel along the main road, but you're not penalized because you didn't take the main road perk. Which I guess makes a level of sense. Although maybe it still counts as a road because it's like an actual path you can follow. I don't know. Anyway. Doesn't really bother me one way or another. Not really noticed any issues with our horse stamina no matter what we do. Right. And Here.
Greetings.
Hello.
What do you want?
Bath.
Body is.
Certainly.
I've got a few.
Excellent.
There we go.
I'm glad.
I don't know if I was wounded, but I thought I'd pay for it anyway, just in case. Right.
Bless you, sir.
There, or better. I hope that's all your eight. Christ!
I thought I could fit out that gap there because the previous person did. Turns out the answer is no, I cannot. That's Pebbles. Kind of interesting that Pebbles goes to the inn over here to get water, but I guess it makes sense. Right, so I could take this path down, assuming that there's a path to the west somewhere. Yeah, I could do that. So I'm looking just to go left here. And then west at some point. It's an area we haven't been to before, so I'm going to kind of follow my rule that if we haven't been there, we're going to, like, not fast travel there. Just so that we can see what's going on. Might be all sorts of interesting things on the road. Might be nothing. But, you know, might be stuff. Like there's that little pond over there. Oh, and there's the end to the path. Alright. Let's head over this way and assume that there's another road somewhere over here. Right. I think there is. I think it's just through the trees here. Right. Oh, hello. Didn't expect to meet somebody else riding in this place, given that it's not a road. I guess this is oh, this counts as a path, huh? Interesting. I wouldn't necessarily... Oh, no, this bit's more of a path, actually. So, yeah, it must just be the end of it that we caught there. Now, we're still looking to go a little bit more west than is currently available to us, but... we'll see. Assuming that somewhere along here there's going to be a big path. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Right. And keep going. Just trying to see if there's any sign of anything up ahead. It did kind of sound like there's meant to be a civilization somewhere up here. As in, meant to be a village or something, but must be over the hill. Right. No random people attacking us today. That's nice. I was told the Yan person we met previously, it was a side quest. And we may have missed it or we may not have missed it. Really depends what the game's going to do with it. Maybe we just need to find Yan again someday. Maybe he's still out there ready to start the side quest. Who knows? Anyway, I'm assuming that this is the village I needed to find, although it does appear to be slightly burned. Is this where I needed to be? Yes, and then it immediately left. Whoa. Down here. Oh, more of it's kind of burned and destroyed. Well, this is not a great place to be. Alright, new codex entry for missiles. What happened to it? Sold to the Sasser Monastery. There was 192 inhabitants and it went down to 45. Alright.
From here, I should follow the stream towards the barn. Finding a stream in this brush will be a challenge.
You really gonna attack me, dogs?
Quick!
Wait, I think I heard a person back there. Whoa! Knocked me off my horse. Somebody shot me. Who shot me? No, I heard my dog making that noise. Wild dog that just happens to have somebody else working with them. I don't think that dog's wild. I think that dog is, yeah. That dog has somebody who's looking after them. Right. Over encumbered to sprint.
You're no match for us, fucker!
Show your stuff!
Right. Thank you for not running away, Matt. Well, wasn't quite how I had planned to reach this place. Let's do that. Oh, I'm no longer bleeding. Wonderful. Who's this guy who just decided to shoot me? Okay. There he is. Let's get the even die and the groschen. Right. Then we will stagger our way over here, I guess. Maybe a savior schnapps if I have one. I do not have any. Alright then. But you're gonna have to be a little bit clearer. I can't see anything.
Good dog, Mutz. Show me.
You found another dog. Okay. So we're looking for a stream around here. Ah, so it's got to be there. To the north. And this will be the stream. Uh-huh.
Whoa, whoa.
Look at the barn.
I hope this is Shramek's barn, because there's nobody to ask. Where did he say to go next? There should be a fence past the barn.
See if there's anything in here for us, because it told us to look at it. Should be a fence near the barn. Okay. Past the barn, across the cow pen, all the way to the other side where the forest begins, and take a sharp right past the fence. Okay. This is where the forest begins. Take a sharp right past the fence. So here's the fence. And at some point, there's going to be a sharp right to take. There's more fence here. Sharp right past the fence, is that right? Past the barn, across the cow pen, all the way to the other side where the forest begins, then take a sharp right past the fence. Go to the edge of the forest till I see a tree.
I'm supposed to take a hard right here. If Voita didn't mix up his directions, that is.
And somewhere along here is going to be the tree. That's what we're thinking. So maybe this is the tree? That could be the tree. Kind of looks conspicuous.
This must be
No, that's the tree.
The grave must be somewhere nearby.
Right. Well. To the tree first. There's the grave.
God. It's clear nobody has been here in years. It looks terrible. If I really want to honor Voita's memory, I should clean the place up first. Pull the weeds, clear the debris, and clean the gravestone.
Alright, well. Let's do it. Clean the grave. I don't know why I took out the torch. Right. Away the torch. And let's pray.
Heavenly Father.
I know nobody has been here in a long time.
I know no one's been here in a while, but please see that Voita's soul rests in peace.
Voita was surely a good person.
Only you know what happened back then. But surely it wasn't so bad Voita's soul wouldn't deserve redemption.
Please help the painter.
And please help the painter, whatever his name may be. Whatever he did, he surely regrets it, through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Alright, start digging. Just dig it up.
R, V, and L. Ooh. If V stands for Voita and L for Libor, that means...
Well, it means that Voita's name starts with an R. I'm not going to dig him up. I am so curious about what I would find, though. But I'm not going to dig him up. But I kind of suspect I would find a, like, I would find a body without a skull. That's what I'm thinking. But maybe I'm wrong. Right, what's our route back? I think we're going to go... I think we could. Go onto a known road, then we'll do that. Right. R. We haven't heard a name that starts with R yet. I mean, I guess we could maybe go see Libor and see whether he has a name that starts with R. Kind of worried that if I go back and see Libor is not going to be saying much of anything. Right. Hello. Am I at the road? I'm at a road going the wrong direction. Right. I've now discovered the woodcutter's camp. And we can head along this way. Our health is slowly recovering, which is nice. Right. Along here. And at some point, there should be a path up to the northeast. At some point. You know what's... I've realized what's one of the things that's different about this place in Trotsky is that there's a lot more kind of large vegetation here. There's a lot less sight lines, if that makes sense. Like, Trotsky had lots of large open fields with large sight lines and then like little patches of forest, but even they weren't quite as dense, I think. Maybe I'm misremembering. It seems wherever I'm going through here, it's like glades are kind of closed in. Bailani. Oh, a new place. Alright. Cool, yet another new place with new quests. Wow. We have a lot of quests to do when we go back to the main game. As in, we have quests all over the place. Yeah, that is nuts. Okay. Anyway. Up here. Kind of looking for where this might rejoin with the main road. Maybe up here? Is this it rejoining with the main road? Yes, right. So now I'm happy to fast travel. But if I had fast traveled initially, we wouldn't necessarily have found Bailani. Nobody's going to attack us at this point. This is the main road into Gutenberg. Alright, can we see Voita before he goes to sleep for the night? That's the next question. I'd like a quick trot. And in here.
How are your knees? Feeling better?
Ah, we are allowed in here. Wonderful. I might take the torch out to speak with them, but... Hello. I visited Voita's grave.
I visited Voita's grave. It was in a rough state, all overgrown and unkempt. But I tidied it up and said a prayer for his soul.
Thank you, Henry. And did you mention me as well?
Yes. I prayed for you as well.
Thank you very much. I feel terrible for not going myself, but I promise I'll visit when the right time comes.
There were initials carved into the tree.
I noticed there were some initials carved into the tree. Was that the three of you's doing?
Carved initials? Right. I completely forgot. What initials were there?
R, V, and L. I assume V stands for Voita and L for Libor. So R must be the first letter of your true name?
I suppose that makes sense.
So what's your name?
So your real name is...
After all this time, I really can't remember. Strange how someone can forget something like that.
You've got to be joking.
Just try using someone else's name for decades. I'll see if you still remember you used to be Henry.
I'll try to guess it.
Wait. How about Robert? Radan? Rupert? Or maybe Raphael?
Raphael. That would be a good name for a painter. But I'm afraid I'll disappoint you. I really don't know.
Radek? Radomir? Radislav?
I don't know, Henry, really. To tell you the truth, I don't even want to remember.
Richard? No? Ach, yeah. All right, let's just forget about the letters.
Tell me more about Voita and Libor.
Tell me more about Voita and Libor.
Nothing but bad memories come to mind. We used to spend a lot of time together. But as we got older, it all started to fall apart. I devoted myself more and more to my painting, and Libor, as the son of a bailiff, dealt with his father.
Libor is the son of a bailiff?
Wait, Libor is the son of a bailiff?
Aye, but it doesn't matter much these days. His mother died shortly after he disappeared, and his father, who knows where he ended up.
Does Libor know you're a painter?
Did Libor know you paint? He only shrugged his shoulders when I mentioned a painter.
To tell the truth, I never discussed it much with him. I'd shown Voita some sketches, but Libor, all he cared about were girls. Oh, and swords. He grew up at Rathouse, so he saw soldiers and knights differently than us paupers.
What was Voita like?
What about Voita? What was he like?
He didn't have anyone besides us. And then Burkhard showed up. Voita was never a saint. Sometimes he stole food, got in scraps here and there. But Burkhard changed him completely. Suddenly he didn't have time for us. And when we did meet up, he was always telling us how he robbed some traveler here or beat up some old woman there.
Well, I don't understand why you blame yourself.
But I still don't see how this is your fault.
I envy you then. You see, Voita wanted to spend time with us. He was always inviting us somewhere, but we, or I, rather, would hear none of it. All I cared about was my painting, and Voita was just wasting my time. We got in an awful argument over it once. We were both drunk then. Voita on schnapps, and me on my pride.
How did the argument end?
How did the argument end?
I don't recall what all was said. You know how it is. You get in an argument with someone, and the next day, you can't remember what you said. I do remember one thing, though. I said, there's no room in my life for dirty, drunken thieves who blow smoke up Burkhard's arse. The next day I regretted it. So me and Libor decided to get rid of Burkhard. We wanted to tell Libor's pa about it. But before that, we went to talk to Voita, of course. We told him to pack up his things in Burkhard's camp and meet us at the tree. But, well, when we got to him, he was just lying there. We had to chase off the wolves that were, well, Voita was in an awful state. Beaten to death with a helmet.
Yeah, wolves again.
It's always wolves with you, isn't it? I'm sorry. I should have kept my mouth shut.
We chased off the wolves, but Libor was inconsolable and wouldn't stop crying. So I sent him to the village to get a shovel. While he was gone, I realized Voita was still breathing. He was in awful shape. He couldn't talk or move. Lord, have mercy on me. When Libor returned, I told him to give me his sword, But he said no, that we could still save him. We got in a terrible argument over it. In the end, it was Libor who put Voita out of his misery. Then we buried him. Not in hallowed ground, but still better than behind the cemetery wall.
Do you think Voita betrayed you?
Do you think Voita betrayed you?
If he had, we'd probably end up the same as him. Even after everything I said to him. I believe he never betrayed us. All right. But now tell me, wasn't it all my fault?
It wasn't all your fault. Voita still made his choices.
We are each the author of our own destiny. Voita joined up with Burkhard, and it cost him his life. What's important is where your decisions lead you.
I hope you're right, Henry. I hope you're right.
I'll let you work.
All right. And Henry, thank you.
Painter told you everything. Voita, I know we just had a big talk. Do you need any more help?
How's that grand piece of yours coming along?
How? I'm not sure. Sometimes it feels like... No, that's Henry.
Yeah, of course I'm Henry. Are you sure you're all right?
Be quiet.
What's going on?
Come on. What's wrong?
Yeah. I'm painting, aren't I?
What the... Voita, hey! Do you even see me?
What? Oh, sorry. Do you think we could have a talk? It's important. Actually, it's something I've never told anyone about.
Tell me then.
Go on then. What's the matter?
The thing is... Damn! How do I start? You already know I'm still troubled to this day by what happened to Voita. But there's one thing I haven't told you yet. Remember how I told you at Velez's shrine that the place spoke to me? And that in my head, I keep hearing Burkhard must die? Well, I meant that more seriously than you might think.
Uh-huh, yeah.
I know how I must sound saying all this, but sometimes I really feel as though someone's talking to me, whispering and telling me what to paint. And other times, it's screaming so loud, it bursts my ears. I'm not sure how to explain it better, any more than I could tell a blind person what the color green looks like. But lately, ever since I heard Burkhard was in the Trotsky region, well, I'm just scared. Scared stiff of that endless shrieking, tearing my mind apart.
Can nothing be done about it?
Can nothing be done about it?
I was hoping that now Burkhard's dead, it would all just go away. But no, that damn screaming is only getting louder and louder.
Lots of people hear voices. It's perfectly normal. I don't know if that's a good thing to say, but let's say it.
Couldn't it all be something like a sign from God? Plenty of people have heard voices, haven't they? The Lord spoke to Moses through a burning bush. And what about Abraham? God spoke to him too.
You're right there, friend. But my voice sounds different. We all know stories of people the Lord spoke to. But I'm afraid it's someone else who's speaking to me. Someone from down below.
Can I help you somehow?
And could I help you with that in some way?
Maybe you could, at least for a while. I once told a herbalist I was having nightmares, and he brewed me a vile concoction. When I drink it regularly, and say an Our Father at the same time, it helps me quite a bit. Only now I've run out, and I've neither the time nor the energy to brew more. I thought I had enough left to finish the painting, and then it wouldn't be needed. But I miscalculated.
I'll brew a potion I'm familiar with.
Wouldn't you rather I brew you something I already know how to make? Maybe a decoction of lemon balm and oregano. Used in the right proportions, it can calm a person nicely. And if I add nettles, you'll also sleep better.
I bow to your knowledge, but I'm afraid ordinary herbs aren't enough for my troubles.
Well, shall I go and buy it for you?
So I can run off and get your medicine from the herbalist, right?
He could be anywhere by now. He wasn't the most honest man. That's why I didn't just buy the concoction from him back then, but the recipe as well.
Couldn't you take it to some apothecary and have a new batch brewed?
Not in these parts. I spent years building a good reputation here. I don't want folk knowing about this. Understand, my problem isn't a sore leg. I can't keep going to any random sawbones.
I'll brew you that remedy.
All right. I'll brew that remedy of yours. Or at least have a go.
Don't worry. The hardest part is finding all the ingredients. Getting mandrake roots and a river pearl was always a struggle for me. And I don't have the strength for it now. But luckily, you only need one of each. Then you add 2 handfuls of ordinary sage, boil it in some vinegary wine, and it's done.
Where can I find the mandrake root?
Mandrake? What's that?
It's a very strange root. It looks quite like a tiny, chubby man, but it's no laughing matter. It mostly grows in graveyards. Try asking the local gravedigger about it. His name's František.
And the river pearl?
What about the river pearl? Don't tell me you expect me to pinch some wealthy townswoman's necklace.
I wouldn't advise that. Often they're fake. Better go straight to the source. Pearl mussels. They're a kind of clam. There used to be plenty of them in a spot in the stream above Denmark. If you set out from Kuttenberg going south along the stream, you'll come across it. You'll recognize it because there are trees growing in the middle of the stream. But be careful. Pearls are valuable. And that place isn't exactly a secret. There's a good chance you won't be the only one hunting there.
Wow, that's a strange recipe.
Mandrake, a river pearl, and sage? That's pretty wild. What is that concoction actually supposed to do?
I was amazed back then too, but that herbalist told me mandrake against evil forces, pearl for a clear head, sage for enduring health. I still don't understand a thing about it, but it worked, so I stopped bothering about it.
All right, I'll manage somehow. Try to get some rest while I fetch that mandrake brew for you.
Henry, I don't even deserve you. Thank you.
Well, we now have a new quest for Voita. Let's head out, close the door, and I guess we have to find somewhere to sleep for the night. So we'll head along here. I think our inn is along here somewhere. We're gonna get to our horse, but
I'm at your
I
service.
don't think our horse is much quicker than just legging it and running. So as long as we don't run out of stamina, we'll be fine here. Figure out if there's a quicker route to the inn. If we cut through some of these little bits of the edge of the street, we can cut off maybe 10-20 seconds on the way to the inn. I guess we could also just fast travel if I needed to, but I'm not worried about that right now. I think the entrance to the inn is here. Oh, hello. This is also the inn where the person warned us about being on our own inside of it. Which was very weird. Anyway. Close the door. And we're going to sleep. We could probably get up just as it... Yeah, we could probably get up at 4. Not too bad. Get up just as it starts to get light. Because, I mean, we're not necessarily going to speak to someone. We're going to... go find a river and a grave. I guess the gravedigger we'll be speaking to, but we're going to go find a river, so... Yeah. Right. late at night. Let's just have a little sit down here. Grab ourselves a little bit of food. So if we have some cheese. Oh, I need to get this stuff cooked somewhere. Right, let's eat the cheese. And the apple. 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 And with that, I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.